Howdy, folks. You're listening to Demon Dayz, an actual play podcast with a focus on fiends and the friends who play them. Just wanted to give you a holiday update to keep you in the know and to give you an idea of what to expect. After this episode you're hearing today, we've got one more in the can, which concludes the fight with the Raven Queen and wraps up this arc. I'm excited for you to listen to it. But after that episode, we're going to be taking a holiday break and won't be back until the new year. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening. We love you very much, and we hope that you have an amazing and wonderful and fulfilling holiday season. And let's get back to the show, shall we?
Friends, fiends, things are about to get wild. In fact, they're about to get so intense that I've brought my own ale runner just to keep the drinks coming. Yeah. Yes, please, run along. Okay, I'm sorry, he's a little intense. Anyway, when last we spoke, our heroes fought their way through the Shadowfell to reach the Raven Queen, who has been under constant attack from the Abyssal forces. We join the intrepid party as they formulate a plan of attack with an ally who isn't all that much of an ally when you think about it. Now let's not waste another minute and dive right back into these Demon Dayz!
And you get into position. Seems like a much gentler dancing stance than the previous statue. It takes a moment, but soon the statue of the Raven Queen starts to take form to you, Taslin, and begins leading you in a slow dance to some unheard music. The cherub mask is gone. You haven't seen it the last few times. It's not here in this particular vision. And you can see her pained face. Both eyes look at you, independent of the other, thanks to the foreign element. The foreign eye, you see malice, and in her eye, you see warmth. The rotted and decaying hand feels surprisingly strong and somewhat painful. And her other hand, is smooth and cool and gentle. And unlike any previous time in your vision where it's been obscure and whispered through and just like that obnoxiously obscure thing, her voice to you is fairly close and fairly clear, but with a hint of urgency to it. You are close, and none too soon. I'm losing my fight. And the voice gets closer to your ear, if you can even imagine that. I can only hope you're up to the task of ending this madness. I have but a moment, but I must warn you that you have a choice before you. And her gentle hand, her hand squeezes your hand lightly. Removing my intruders will render me mortal, my ascension undone. That was the deal I took, whether I knew it at the time or not. You have the power, given what you wield, to kill me, take my place. Shadowfell would be yours. I'd be no more. That certainly appears to be the goal of at least one of you nearby. Otherwise, I will flee and reattempt my rite of ascension once again. I must leave you now. I will lower the barrier that blocks this gate, and I will use that last sigh was tired. Use what power I have left to keep the worst of my intruder at bay. Be careful of the Hell Rider. Don't let me see your weapon. Don't let me within 30 feet of it for too long. Let's just say my intruder has a way of
knowing
and has a very particular means to remove it. and you're chilling with a statue. Urguru does turn around
An interesting method of communication. A bit old school, but apparently effective. I trust the information was helpful? I'll take that look as a yes. Anyway, I've got something to show you all that might be of some assistance in the fight ahead.
He reaches behind him and retrieves 4 distinct-looking javelins, throwing each one into the ground with enough force that they remain standing at their point of entry.
When it comes to deities of any kind, controlling their movement is important. These little fellas will help with that. We've been working on weapons like these for a while now, and have been itching to give them a bit of a test run. Please take a look. Check them out. Investigate. I sense a bit of distrust, and we should probably take care of that before we charge forth into battle.
I'll take a look at the javelin.
Yeah. As you get close and inspect it, you hear and feel a light, little faint vibration to them. They're fairly cool to the touch, fairly solid in make.
Yeah.
But there is a sense of sonic dissonance to them.
Right.
That seems to, when you're nearby, they draw your attention. They do draw your attention pretty aggressively. There's something to them that is distracting.
Cool. Feel like I'll hold on to these if everyone's okay with that.
Look, let me put it this way. I'm the front line. I'm a Hellfire Rider of Fury.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
We're aware.
Save the speeches for people that care.
There's a slight, perturbed pause, and he continues.
When I go through those doors, I aim to draw fire. That is my purpose, and that is my strategy. I give you these tools as a means to mitigate chaos. From the looks of your faces, I get the impression you have some planning left to do. I will be near the gate awaiting your command, and should anything go wrong, I have my Eerie at the ready.
And he points his lance in their direction.
Yeah, give us a second.
Urgru pulls at the reins of his nightmare steed and starts to move out of earshot to give you privacy. Chuckling under his skeletal helmet.
I will, off to the side of these guys, just kind of be like, let me get a look-see here really quick before we go charging in with our little battle plan, and I figure out a third option.
Which hand and eye need to come off?
It was her right.
Yeah, right hand,
it was
right
her
eye.
right hand, right eye.
Okay.
The whole this is the whole she needed the hand and the eye to ascend doesn't seem right to me, because granted, I'm not familiar with all the myths, but of course it doesn't seem like that is what made her a god, but that's what she's seeming like it did. So
Was that what hold on. I don't think she ever mentioned anything like that along those lines.
well, I
That
mean,
she
you
needed-
said her ascension.
She'll need to redo her ascension if she's removed. If suddenly, conveniently in this situation, now that you're attuned, the hand does pipe up.
Now we have more knowledge.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this particular sword. If an angry, aggressive warrior type sword soul can be, well, actually, you chime in.
More, war history.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it happened.
So, the hand and the eye have nothing to do with her ascension. She ascended on her own. She has the secret to ascend to godhood. She is the only one who has that knowledge, that blessed knowledge that the Whispered One requires. She doesn't need the hand and eye for that. But she will need to ascend again if the hand and eye are removed. It would kill any normal person.
Got it.
That is part of this blessed curse that we engage in. I remove the hand and eye. The deity becomes mortal. I slay the mortal, and that's the end of that. You slay the mortal, if you want. You take the mantle.
If you want.
Well, I mean, I have no interest in being a god, so why don't we just remove the hand in the eye?
For now.
Why don't we just remove the hand in the eye? And then we will have her help us take care of the riders. So, yeah. Okay, great. I'm going to send my bird in there so we can get a look-see. And as I say that, my eyes, like, fog over, and the bird goes, caw, and takes off. Caw!
So I was like, what the fuck? That's a first. Yeah, the raven.
Actually, with a raven, it's more croak and takes off. But
Yep. It goes through the slats in the gate. As the bird goes in, you see a long hall.
oh, how nice.
And towards the very far end of this vast, like, throne-like hall, you do see the central part of this abyssal opening, as it is completely consumed that end of the fortress. And toward the top, toward that opening, you do see the Raven Queen herself in her much duplicitous form. By now, more of the withered hand has taken over of her right hand. It's starting to assert more control. You see it summoning from the abyss and just reaching out and clasping the fingers together and just like, come here. Like when you put on a glove, like a costume with like long nails, and you're just like, come here.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
your first witch costume or whatever. And it's like, come here. And that's what it's doing. And drawing in that abyssal energy. No hordes are coming through. A lot seems to have already come through to kind of take over the place. What you're getting is more of the place is starting to turn into the abyss. There's much more of an abyss in this place now. Less Shadowfell, more abyss.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, the other hand is pulling what it can from the Titan's energy, grasping with a weakened hand to pull in. You get a sense that there's two forms of pulling, and she is very much at war with herself. You see a few shambling corpses moving about, nothing too out of the ordinary. They just seem to be a result of this. There's just now undeath is in here. Her Raven Queen side of the face is pained, very pained, struggling and weakening and tiring, while the eye is starting to become fully formed. Part of the flowing feathery hair is disappearing and giving way as the skin is starting to pull from it. And it's back and forth. There's ebbs and flows. There is, for the most part right now, a sort of stasis in favor of the abyss, in favor of this hand and this eye, but a rough stasis. And that's what the bird gets before the eye sees you, and the view is gone. You're back to your vision out there.
I've been describing it the whole time.
Yeah.
So I guess we use fuckface to draw fire, and we slice hand and melon ball eye, and yeah, go from there. Because I mean, better than killing her, because killing her will just make things bad.
Yeah. What other types of foes are in there with her?
Shamble
Okay.
guys.
All right. And I'm happy to try to find my way to either the hand or the eye.
Go for the eye.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that'll be the hardest to get.
Sure.
And one good chop, I can probably take the hand off.
Well, I mean, I can do that too with,
The magical sword.
but I apparently have to be very strategic about how long and how close I get with the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sonny, Yusuf, do either of you have any way to bind her? Well, we have the rope, but she may far surpass the power of that.
I mean, if we barrage her and we make sure we hit her or something, as long as we keep hitting at her, maybe it's just enough. I don't know. Fighting a god.
Sure.
Fuckface McGee over here said these things will do something. They'll distract. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we play keep those eyes moving or something, and we set up to attack? I don't know. I'm sure this queen is going to be flying around all over the place. Maybe these things will give us the means to attack. She's trying to work through, like, what's this mean? Like, she's also in the same headspace as you guys. Like, what are we? What?
Is she in the air or is she on the ground?
Oh, she's on the ground, but of course she's pulling. Planes are being combined.
Yeah.
We take care of that, it'll stop.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna take my jacket off, fold it up, slide it into the old the haversack, roll my sleeves up.
I summon my sword, and I just kind of also point it at the writer, and I'm like, "Fuck face."
Almost slowly and deliberately and with flourish. He might even be bowing a little bit, curtsying.
Yes?
All right, you can distract, but the queen is mine. And you change that, you deter from that, you do anything that makes me think that you are breaking that deal, I will take your medallion.
There is a long pause where neither Ryder nor Nightmare stir. The skeletal helmet is fixed on you, Taslin, and if you weren't so over this guy's bullshit, you might find yourself a bit unnerved. Sounds like a deal to me. The helmet turns ever so slightly in Fetter's direction. We could sign a contract if you wish.
You can't see it in the helmet, but you can feel the smile and the sword behind you.
I literally just kind of
fucking guy.
lean over. I just out of the corner of my mouth being like, he absolutely wants to have a threesome with us. I know it.
I mean, can you blame him?
I want to pierce him 3 ways. And then some. Oh.
Yeah.
And
Yusuf is just standing about a foot away from all this going, all right.
You do hear, before, one last thing from him, you do hear, can we kill him anyway? Can we?
Yusuf picks up one of the javelins.
All right. Sonny grabs another one. To all of you, they're the right weight for you to have balance. As you pick them up, you get a sense that, in your hand, there's a good balance to this. This has a good weight to it. But given the three of, like, you and Feder and Sonny are all different sizes, it seems interesting. There's a little bit of an extra element to it.
Enough that I can use it as a finesse weapon.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You get the sense that
You just made his entire next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Got
it's this thing, whatever it is, whatever material it is. You can try to figure it out later, or even ask Fuckface himself. It seems to be working with you, not sentient. It's just working with you.
I just take it, balance it on the top of my hand, flip it over, do a little kata thing. I can work with this.
It's a half a gram off on the back end.
Feder, you can take mine. Dual wield it.
Okay.
Because I don't need any prodding from that asshole.
Well, and also you need to be the good strike, I imagine. Okay, how do we want to do the Yusuf, Feder, the javelins? Do we just spread out, or? Well, I guess we'll get in there and we'll figure it out. But I want to maybe Yusuf, you take straight ahead or something.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna flank right, try to figure out.
Flank right,
It's the
okay.
right eye, right? It's the left hand and the right eye.
It's
Right hand,
right eye.
Right hand, right eye. Okay.
So as we go in looking at her, it'll be on the left.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna flank right. That's my plan. Go and flank right. Try to get a good shot at the eye, either with this or elsewise.
Okay,
Flank her right, the side of the eye.
Yes.
Got it.
gotcha. And then you're gonna just go straight ahead, or I'm basically
Looks at
looking
the
to respond to
javelin,
what you guys are doing here.
Pulls out the sword. He's like, I think I can be a big enough distraction for a minute or two. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, I'll try to take your lead on this, and I'm ready when you are.
Urgu, you're up.
Go be fodder.
Aren't we all in this war?
And with a kick of the spurs, the nightmare shoots flame and melts and obliterates the gate door, and he charges in. Hellfire Lance ready to go, and that is where we will roll initiative.
Oh man, so one of the spells that I got with level 9, that I decided to, and I was really torn between several spells, but I decided to go with Banishing Smite.
Yeah.
That is
So
Good
I'm
choice.
really hoping that this actually comes into play and is helpful. And of course, Taslin is tickled by this Hellrider, which makes her hate him even more.
Sure.
Of course, the one that would be from her dimension, her realm, her level would be the one that she'd be like, we could get along, but I hate you.
Belzalar was from you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Was the one from Phlegothos, but they're all working for Phlegothos.
What's this dude's name again?
Urgru?
Oh,
the
he's
Forgotten.
from... Yeah, he's from Nessus. That's right. I got him here. You know, I really love this name, Malbolge.
I love it too.
It's just great.
All right, what's everyone's initiative roll?
Yusuf's going at a 15.
21.
17.
And then Shenzo will be after...
Right after me.
Gotcha. Shenzo right after Taslin. All right, we're ready to do this. First, Urgru bursts through the gate, and then you all follow directly behind. And the view that you see is startling. At the far end, like Taslin said, the abyss has invaded. The wretched, roiling elements of the abyss have leaked through and have started to change the scenery around, has started to shape the ground and shift it. There are schisms and cracks all along this hall.
She is so hot.
Yeah.
Can I please sleep with my god?
Yeah. I mean, that's something missing from most of the major religions, right?
I mean, I imagine now's not the right time, but that's not off the realm of possibility. Anywho, you do see far ahead, in a very confusing splendor and terror, the form of the Raven Queen, both holding back the abyss and beckoning it. And her wings are fluttering very aggressively, and she is moving erratically. There are wisps of wings and feathers fluttering around her, and all the accoutrement of this hallway, the banners, stuff that used to be there, pillars, they're all starting to rot and fade and become gnarled versions of themselves and defy physics. The pillars are curved and tilted. The room has a bit of a little wobble to it. And as you can see further ahead to where the Raven Queen is, there's a few steps that are like maybe 5 feet, 10 feet up, and you'll have to climb that if you want to get up there. And just a little bit to the south of her is an altar that may have once been used for something, but it is broken down and shattered. There is a sense of... You can see remnants of what the Shadowfell used this place for. It's the Abyss's domain now. And that's kind of a basic idea of what you see before you. It's rough terrain. All that wispy, echoey-ness is gone. There's nothing echoing.
The tendrils coming up, are those meaty or are those smoky? Like, what are those?
Are they like rock formations, like
Rock.
horn?
Horn rock formations. They're not moving. They're more
Okay.
like spikes that have clenched in. They're not a living thing that's doing that.
Good to know.
Yeah. Anything that is spiked and gnarled that can grab on and latch on and pull at reality and shift it and move it is doing so. But right now we're in a bit of a stasis. Everything has...
It's a great map.
It is. Everything has
Is that all
slowed.
coral?
Yeah.
Looks like coral. That's really cool.
You're probably gonna have to share this.
Yeah, I'll
at
share a
some
picture
point.
and
Yeah.
shout out. I can't pronounce the username, otherwise...
Drop it in the Discord, John.
Yeah, I will drop it in the Discord. That's it.
More
Discord or
incentive
bust.
to follow the Discord.
Yeah. And so that's what you all see before you. There's a lot. And you do see some shamblers that seem to be forming in and out. Like the one will fall into the wall and kind of fuse in with it and then pop back out. They don't seem to be very aggressive or very tuned to anything. They just seem to be responses of the scenery and a reflection of what this room has transformed into. And Tazlan, you don't recognize, like, where you thought the Shadowfell was home when you first arrived. This feels nothing like home.
Yeah.
This feels everything against everything you're all about.
Me no likey.
Yeah. It's not even an alignment thing. This just feels wrong.
Me no likey.
And that's where combat begins. The Raven Queen turns and faces you all and lets out a shriek, a pained shriek. And to start off combat, everyone needs to roll a Constitution save.
Hoot, we're still within Yusuf's.
Yes, 5'10", 5'10", 5'10". Shenzo is out of it, but everybody else gets... Is this a spell or a magic effect?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all have advantage on this, and you have +3 to it.
Ha!
I rolled the same both times.
What save is this? Sorry.
Constitution save.
Okay. Oof.
I rolled a 7.
Rolled a 14.
I got a 23.
23.
That's good.
7.
Shenzo got a
14.
16.
Okay. 23. You take 10
How dare you?
necrotic damage. Yeah. As the shriek.
That's spell damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you take half that because you have resistance to spell damage.
And then Yusuf and Feder, you take 25.
Oof.
Whoop.
So 12 or 13.
You round.
In our favor or her favor?
It would be...
Usually we always round up, but I think we've been rounding
We've been
down?
rounding in favor of you guys.
Yeah,
first.
so round
12
down.
points.
12 points, yeah. And you see Urgu get hit with it and also take some damage, then pushes forward. And he'll come up next on the turn order.
And now I'm feeling like a bag of shit.
Feeling like a bag. What is it? I was just listening to this earlier today. Wake up at 11:30, feeling like a bag of shit.
With the help of his nightmare, Urgu charges forward, Hellfire Lance raised forward, and he shouts an infernal chant that's essentially a chant for Phlegethos, and starts heading towards the Raven Queen, bringing us to Feder.
All right. I'm gonna look over at Daz. I'm gonna wink, and I'm going to, as I said I would, I'm gonna break right. I'm gonna try to go 60 feet. Doot forward. So up towards the pillar. I'm gonna try to get to the pillar there, and forward. I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna bonus action to hide. Pretty much tuck around that corner, and hide by the pillars. So.
Okay.
My cunning action. That is a 24 to hide.
24 to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next is Sunny on the initiative. She'll go straight ahead. And she'll survey the scenery and looking around, she'll think this is as good as any, and she'll jab her javelin into the ground. Hopefully this does something. And end her turn there. And as we get to actually like the initiative level 20, a strange thing happens to the scenery around you. Those shamblers start to take form in a weird way. And first, one of them fuses into the ground, disappears, and appears next to Sunny. Different to everyone. Looking like a half-orc. And you can hear a gasp, a light gasp from Sunny as it comes in and makes an attack on her. And you see it hit. Not for much, but her gasp is a bit disquieting. That ends that shambler's turn. Another one fuses into the wall and appears near Taslin.
Rad.
In the ground in front of you, in a heart-stopping way almost, up from the ground, forms your mother. And she takes a clawed swipe at you.
Excuse me, what?
It misses. She only rolls a 3, but you do see a weirdly similar but shambly and off sort of form of Yennefer. Red hair, red curls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, excuse me, what?
Yeah. And that ends that one's turn. Yusuf.
Oh, you fucking dick. You dick.
A shambler goes into the wall. And You see appear before you the form of Keith Naw, if I said that right.
Yeah.
But weirdly not quite physically as accurate as you might think, not nearly as fit, very shambly, and swipes at you with a claw and attempts to hit for 8. It's not much, but it attempts to attack at you and make its attack, which obviously it misses. Feder, from your place of hiding, since you managed to hide well, you do see a shambler go into the wall and not appear near you, or not appear at you, but appear near you with searching. You see the form of Zephiel shambling about. And they can't do much. They do not see you. Bringing us to Tazlin.
So using nightmares. Okay, great, fine.
There's a very marked undeath about these shambler things.
So sorry, but my mom died years ago. I'm gonna Eldritch blast it to the face. I know, because I know. That is a over 20.
Okay. Okay. Tazlin, as you're Eldritch blasting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And another over 20. So we've got 26 and then a 22.
Yeah. And just like that, the shambler fuses it back into the ground and melts away, leaving us with Yusuf. You still have some movement if you wish to take it.
I was going to say, no, I still have movement, John.
No. All right.
And now it's Shenzo. Shenzo just moves with me.
Okay. Let me move him with you. Come on.
Does a 17 hit this dickhead?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Cool. Then the other one hits as well.
Yeah, and you get the sense too that these have a very weak element to them. They're very weakened. Whatever these things are that are attacking you. So just keep that in mind. Like Tazlin, your Eldritch Blast did way more than enough.
First hit was 23 points. Second hit was 24 points.
Yeah. And with that, your brother melts into the ground as you hit it. It almost feels like cutting through melty butter or potatoes. There's something very extra weird about that.
Uh-huh. That's my 30 movement.
I'm a potato.
I'm a mashed potato. And that brings us to the top of the round, and the Raven Queen looks around, scans the environment, and with a she appears and reappears next to Urgru.
Well, that's nice of her.
And out of her hand starts as a raven, floats around and starts to form and turn into a long handle, which then turns into a giant scythe. And she comes in and swipes at him.
I want that.
And you see the blade go through Urgru and give him a lot of damage, a lot of necrotic damage, and you hear under the helmet just like, fuck!
And I'm just like, yes!
And that brings us to Urgru, who will make his attacks. He's got 3. Let's see if they're useful. Yeah, they all work. The Hellfire Lance moves into action. He takes no pause and slams into the Raven Queen for what it's worth, stabbing into the deity with the Hellfire Lance 3 times. And you see fire shoot through the other side, and you can't really tell if the Raven Queen herself is taking any damage, but it looks like her eyes fixate on him as he's giving her damage. It seems to attract her attention. And that brings us to Feder.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. From my hiding spot, here we go. I'm going to look out. Do I feel like I am 120 feet from the Raven Queen?
120. Oh, God. Yeah.
Look over at my mom, and I'm just like, piss off. And just, whisper. Because... we're doing some game math here. Okay, so because she is engaged with my ally, Urgru, that gives me advantage. but because I'm at 120 feet, less than, I'm at disadvantage. It's a straight roll. I'm going to use my bonus action to do insightful fighting on the Raven Queen. Not great. That's 15.
15?
And they have to do a deception check to see if I get the insightful fighting.
26.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. I got a 31 coming. I know it. I'm not worried. But I'm like, well, okay. And I'll whisper to the javelin, all right, do your damnedest. And I'm going to chuck it at her face.
Nice. Your new javelin friend?
Yes.
Oh, goody. All right, let's do this. Let's do this fucking thing.
Natural 1.
No!
Yeah, no. It goes to about...
It clatters to the floor and draws her attention.
Sweet.
So it still does its job. I love it. If you go about 3 squares over, 1 square down, it does lodge into the rock right around there.
Okay, on the floor?
On the floor. It lodges in.
Yeah.
It's a bit high, so you've thrown it high. And normally any javelin would just skitter. But
Right.
it does hit the ground, find a crack in the ground, and boom, go upright.
Okay.
And it does lodge itself into the ground.
Well,
So you missed her, but
Yeah.
that thing is...
Not what I was counting on, but sure.
And you, Feder, before your turn's on, you do see her glance at it.
Okay. So bonus action. Fuck it. I'm going to try to split the difference between whoever's haunting Sunny and my mom and run towards where the javelin is upright.
Okay.
So I'll run towards it, up to my, not quite all, I'll take my, let's say 25 feet. It's kind of where that little rise, is that a sheer?
Like
Right
right,
right
here?
there?
Yeah.
It's a staircase, it looks like.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Blip,
fairly.
blip, blip, blip.
So like right here,
Right
about?
Yeah, the bottom. Stop me at the bottom of the stairs.
Right
Yeah,
there?
yeah, down
Okay.
there.
Gotcha.
And I'll kind of hunker down. I know I'm not I don't have the economy to take the hide action, but I definitely want to kind of hunker down.
Gotcha. And so then with that being your turn, you see the Raven Queen attempt to take a legendary action. And at first she flits out, but then appears next to the javelin and looks a bit confused, bringing us to Sunny, who will shriek,
Oh, so
"What
they-
the fuck are you doing?" Yeah.
So the javelin's up near the wall.
Yeah, right where she is, right there
Okay.
about, but on the right side of her.
Okay.
Is that the one that you
That I threw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, she has this, like, why did I teleport here look about her. And then for Sunny's turn, she shrieks, like, "Why are you here?" And then she's heading towards Federer's direction, but off to the side there to try and find a good place. Not wanting to do that. She's going to look towards the Raven Queen and attempt to use her Call Lightning. Druid spell. Call Lightning. Okay, so she enacts the spell, and a cloud starts to form around the area above the Raven Queen, and lightning starts to shoot down. And the Raven Queen will have to make a save against that, which she chooses to make that save. And the lightning doesn't do much damage, but it does attack her and make a successful attack, and she seems perturbed by it, and she does flit her eyes in Sunny's direction, bringing us to the shambler that haunts Sunny. It's, instead of chasing her, it's going to start moves a few feet towards the javelin and starts wailing on it once, twice. Doesn't seem to get much headway now. And the javelin seems undisturbed. That ends his turn. And forming out of the ground in front of Tazlin once again is the shambling form of her mother, who will take
Oh,
arm
just
attack.
go away.
19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, you take 5 damage. As a claw that your mother couldn't have. It just seems very anachronistic to it. Slashes at your skin and tears into your arm a bit. And you hear a snarl from the visage of your mother. Bringing us to Zombie Yusuf's brother. The shambling form of Keithna appears in front of you again and also makes his attack. Misses. The attack goes wild. And it's unnerving to see the form of him, of all people. Bringing us to the shambling form as a feel, who will start to move towards Feder and make an attack as well. Yeah, rolling low on these. Absolute miss. Bringing us to Taslin.
Well, I once again am like, just go away, and I Eldritch Blast her.
Okay.
Because trying to run past is gonna be more of a problem. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Completely in a splash of this, or the form undoes.
Yep.
Disappears into the ground.
And then I'm gonna move.
Okay.
And Shenzo's gonna come with me.
All right. I'll make sure he comes with you. So you move there. Any other actions, bonus actions, or are you just moving?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Okay. Yusuf, you're next. And yeah, so what you've seen so far is just Taslin's being harassed by a shambling form of her mother, and Feder's also by someone related to him. The way it looks like all these shamblers are starting to form in front of, like, around you guys with people familiar to you. And you've seen the Raven Queen up ahead teleport to one of those javelins and seem confused by it. And she's also, her eyes continually flip back and forth between Sunny and Urgru.
Does a 13 hit this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
28 points of damage with the first hit. Is it still up?
Yeah. No, it's not. Sorry.
Okay.
I said yes, and I meant no.
Emphatically. Oh, yeah.
Emphatically, oh, yeah, he is not.
Oh, sure.
The form dissipates into the ground and falls apart.
Okay.
Again, very weird. Doesn't seem very real and well-formed. Just seems to be more of a distracting force.
He's going to run and use his mountain goatee hoofedness and
Leap.
parkour under these horns here.
Nice.
And he'll use this path to run to this rock.
Okay.
And that's his movement.
All right. Bringing us to the Raven Queen, who looks between Urgru and Sunny and will fly over,
Oh, shit.
land next, and the scythe out again. And it once again goes through, and it's not a physical scythe in that it's just there for necrotic damage, but you hear Sunny scream, and she takes a bit of damage and shrieks, but she's still good. She's still going. And then Urgru, undeterred from his previous damage, will come in and use the 3 Hellfire Lances again. Each one goes in, appears to do damage. It's hard to tell with the form of the Raven Queen, as each of the lance strikes into the Raven Queen, shoots fire out the side. There's flutter of feathers, and she seems to grimace, but it's relative. But she does start to focus on him now. Bringing us to Feder.
Cool. I'm going to just kind of look at this thing pretending to be my mother and sigh heavily, and I'm going to do insightful fighting. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
And let me know if that takes against their deception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to look up and I'm going to be like, Mother, be a dear and hold this for me. And I'm going to take the javelin
Through her torso?
at a 19, and just what I'm trying to do is just take it down through the shoulder, out the back, and pin it to the ground. Like
Gotcha.
I'm trying to just come down like shoot.
The second javelin.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And yeah, as you do that, the form starts to solidify around the javelin some. And what's the damage at?
Okay, let's see here. That's 9, 11, 16, 22, and another D6. Oh, actually, 19, 24 points of damage.
Cool. Does it show? Yeah. Awesome. The form, instead of just crumbling and dissipating into the ground, is wedged in place. And you see no longer your mother, but a shambling, zombified mound that seems to lose its essence of her. And you get the sense that one's not going to be coming back.
Cool. Okay,
And also, sorry to interrupt you, I keep doing that, but the Raven Queen's eyes do flit in the direction of that javelin that is in the ground.
Okay, cool. So, what I'm going to do then is that was bonus action. For my movement, I am going to take my 30 feet up the stairs to the left side of the cathedral towards that javelin that I had thrown that stuck to the wall.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, because I have a feeling that these... I got
right around here about is...
Yeah, that someone else's dead relative is going to need the one that's pinned to the wall. So I'm going to go try to retrieve it.
Okay.
However far towards the wall that gets me.
Cool. And then Sunny, in pain but not deterred, will attempt to hit her staff against the Raven Queen. It's not going to be much, but...
Flank, Sunny, flank.
Oh, yeah.
Pimp, Tom, pimp.
And the staff hits. It's hard to tell what damage is happening at all, but she makes her attack. And now the Raven Queen is looking between Urgru and her. Her attention is on those two at the time, bringing us to Sunny's partner, who seems to keep hitting against the javelin down there. And it starts to dislodge. It's trying to remove the javelin from the scene. And then Taslin, next to you, pops once again the form of your mother. And as she hits at you, you notice, and you hear in the back of your mind a whisper, like, he's hitting towards me, trying to hit me. And then we come back to the Keithna Shambler that's been assaulting you, Yusuf. He once again forms in front of you and tries to attack you. 13?
No.
No, it doesn't work. Bring us to Taslin. And yeah, noticeably, the Zephiel form of the Shambler does not appear.
Well, shit. I was trying not to do this right now, but I guess we'll do it right now. I'm gonna ignore my fake mom.
You're not my real mom.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Ignoring my fake mom, moving out. She can take an attack of opportunity on me.
Have you ever hit your patron?
And as I am walking towards my patron, I am going to draw this sword that is on my back and have it out. And I'm going to channel my Banishing Smite spell through this sword towards the hand. I am purposely aiming
Okay, all right.
for this hand.
Fuck.
All right.
Taslin's really going. Got her powerful sword all ready and has imbued it with some Banishing Smite to do some serious damage. I can't wait to tell you more, but you're just going to have to wait because that's how things are. My Ale Runner and I will be back very soon to give you the conclusion to this epic Shadowfell adventure. Here in these Demon Days. Oh, shut up.
What?
Nothing. It's player knowledge, not character knowledge.
Yeah.
What is this player knowledge? I'm not going to use it. You know I don't.
I'm not worried about you using it.
It's just something he knows to expect.
God damn it.
All right, let me... Gotta load encounter. This is just taking a moment. Pardon.
All good.
We're going. About 20. She shrieks and... Drew, your dice.
Just chucking dice everywhere.
God damn it.
I know you're excited we're all back at the table together, but my God.
Maybe hold on to your dice.
Shut up.